This bed I have not touched since November. And so you can see there's tons of new growth. So that tells me it's time to trim it back and feed it really well. Um, Roses are food hogs. In many descriptions, you are supposed to feed your roses with shake and feed every 2 weeks from now until mid-July, and then leave them alone, let them slow down. I try to prescribe to that. Some people say you shouldn't trim your roses until the forsythia bloom, which have not started yet. So I guess I'm a little early, but I think that once it starts to bolt the way it is right here, then it's time to consolidate the energy of the plant, which means you pick the most lowest sprout from a branch and cut everything else off. So that one gets all the energy for this entire branch. That's my theory. But they change constantly. And roses are not something you can describe universally. Each plant needs totally different care. You can see this one that's biting me in the back needs to be trimmed down, I would say like maybe a third, maybe a little bit more. Where this one over here is like barely existing. It's in rough shape, shall we say. So all I would do here is trim off the dead wood, and then anything that looks weak like this, trim it back. Any dead leaves, trim it back, and then rake this entire surface of all leaves. Rose leaves are supposed to be poisonous. Poisonous to other plants, poisonous to roses, and so you tend to rake off any debris from the rose bushes. You're also not supposed to plant a rose in the same spot that another rose used to exist. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard it many times, because, according to folklore, the existing rose will poison the ground for the next rose. So if you ever have to do that, dig a really wide hole and then line it with fresh soil, and you should be fine, I think. But we'll see. So, okay, so in many cases with like a big bush like this, I can shear it off with the shears, which happen to be conveniently located right here. And so I'll take a general cutting like that to start. Got some bamboo support from last summer. Oh, there's a small rake going down. We got quite a few of these from last summer. These are bamboo that we harvested from next door. They've got these beautiful bamboo, black bamboo, which kind of blends in nicely. Easy to harvest, but don't plant it yourself because it spreads and it's impossible to get rid of. So, take it from the neighbors. So again, we're cutting this down approximately by a third. Wow, it's a monster. Okay, I seem to have run out of time during that cleanup, but you can see the results. That's the first cleanup and the first feeding and the first trimming. I'll do it again next week, although the feeding's every 2 weeks, and you can see I'm only using all-purpose feeder. Roses are not picky. You don't have to give them rose food. They'll take anything, really. They're just hungry, okay? So I'm talking about that much. Every 2 weeks from here till July 15th, which is a lot of food. So you may want to go easy, depends on your budget, but you'll get dividends if you feed them and trim them a lot. Okay, so yeah, these need another trimming and cleaning. Still branches stuck in there and I got poked a lot. So until next time.